All right. Good evening, and welcome to season 22 of NGS. I'll be your host tonight. This Division B West matchup between No CC, No Problem. Looks like we have both teams in the lobby already. Versus Randy Newman. I forgot to introduce the other team. Everybody already knows Randy Newman, so I don't have to introduce him. Before we get started, a little update on our bands and such. I didn't break my stuff. This is my first cast of the season, which means a lot of things will break probably, so okay. We did have Point Toss won by Randy Newman, and they banned Dragonshire and Sky Temple, and No CC No Problem banned Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout. And we're already going into the lobby, so let me switch over to that real quickly. We do have a disparity, at least as far as experience. No CC, No Problem, a newer team, looking a bit of their, trying to do a really quick homework as far as got home, saw that there was a match was not being casted, it was available. I then looked at what the teams were. Didn't do much homework, but did notice that quite a few of the members from New CC No Problem are newer to NGS, so welcome. Versus the members of Randy Newman, who have a little bit more experience, and so great thing. Obviously, good to see kind of what you learned in Storm League and how it applies to NGS, right? Oh, sound is coming from the console, of course. So. You see a Johanna and Hogger band. Hogger and Johanna bands, not surprising on this map. Oh, I guess I can't change my sound settings during draft. Makes sense. I guess I'll have to wait until in game. You do see a Kira ban. I think more so after the changes, you do see that happening. And a Yorel ban. Very interesting. So, I was gonna say ABBA. ABBA's open. Obviously, ABBA after that buff. Slapather. Sieging Slapather. ABBA. That stun, I will say, that stun is kind of funny. I learned it the hard way when I tried to kill an ABBA that looked very kind of open and available, and then got slapped by Abathur, got stunned, and then Abathur was able to slither away, much to my bewilderment. We do see Kalthas picked up, and Garrosh, Sylvanas, and Yorick on the side of No CC, No Problem. Needing one more, likely maybe a healer. Usually a good spot for a healer here. Maybe a cryo tank. We do see the healer in Deckard Cain. Okay. Next round of bans coming through. I think thinking Stitches. I mean, I don't think Stitches is that good here, potentially, but banning a healer here, right? It's Stukov, Rhaegar, and so that leads me. Actually, no. they would invent a noob with a heavy hammer tank. We do have now Randy Newman going to pick up. I'm going to be honest, Randy Newman, I'm just going to call you all Newman. I'm just going to call you by your champion. I'm not going to mess with trying to figure out which one is the real Newman. You have Whiteman being picked up. I like that. And Vala. Vala, with all the other heroes that have been buffed and such, now people forget that Vala is still kind of annoying. Often it gets left open. We see a Teriel and a Goldan to round out the last two for no CC, no problem. Oh, the music. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. The music I thought it looked low on my soundboard, but I guess I over increased the sound. I did say that there was going to be a lot of little issues, and we'll see you in game number 1. And welcome back. I was making sure everything's. There you go. I think my sound's not working.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it should be better now. Sorry about that. I'll do the intros real quickly. We do have Noise on the Tyrael, Self on the Deckard Cain, Carriage on the Leo, Chevy on the Goldan, and sneaking on the bottom is Hung Cholo on the Sylvanas. Outside of Randy Newman, we have Randy on Hirosh, Randy on Whitemane, yeah. Randy and Andy Ruman, yeah, you guys are gonna make it really bad for me. On the Kel'Thas, Randy Newman on the Whitemane, and Randy Newman on the Vala. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I'll try to modify my sound. Fortunately, that's what happens when I was casting some other game and I didn't refine my settings for this here, but you have Randy Newman taking the bottom camp. Can't really contest there without their tank. Alright, changed my settings. Hopefully it's a little bit better, but we do have the Leo. And the Malthael doing offlane things. And Vala gets flipped into the back line and it's not Vala. It's Tyrael. I was like, that's a really tanky Vala, but it was actually Tyrael. Makes sense. Looking at the talents, looks pretty much what we do have. Consume Vitality. Okay. E-build Goldan. Hell Horrors. Alright. Both teams doing their respective bruiser camps. Well, Malthael and Leo going at it. Oh, Whiting comes down. Okay. They're going to give up Cryo now. As we do see no CC, no problem. Heading to the top shrine. There's one thing is, I think they're pretty even as far as DPS and such. Although, the scaling for Vala is something to keep an eye out for. We do now have Randy Newman control of the shrine for the time being. A 12 to 17 advantage. There's the team going nice flip away, but Gary getting a little bit low. We do see the nice gravity lapse and a kill on the Leo, but Leo obviously getting that trait value goes down. If you're not dying on Leo, you're not getting trait value. So we do have the first of the now weaker John Cena. Was a frozen, right? Yeah, frozen. It's always really nice when you get a frozen finisher for the first one. Ooh, and the damage going out and Vala getting chunked. Tyrael able to get away. That's the thing you got to be careful as Gary, you tossing Tyrael into your backline. Such as a Vala, not super fun. Also, it doesn't help that I have my mic far away. It's one of those things I forget. I gotta move my mic a little bit closer, that I'm practically eating it. We do have Randy Newman slightly about a quarter ahead on levels. Oh, we do see the Leo go down again, and I mean, I'm all for the trait value, but obviously you don't want to get free XP if you can avoid it. Good job on Randy Newman's part, being able to gank a Leo. Leo's not the easiest to do that on. We have Malthael. Yeah, full auto attack. Bella. Gonna bend at the distance. APM, that's what matters. Look at that. The APM is what matters in this game. While on the bottom getting some soaking, while the rest of no CC, no problem. Looking to get a gank on that Malthael, but Malthael was able to sniff it out. Malthael has the mini-map upgrade. Many people don't have that. But Randy Newman does see that. I do like this play. Get some value, although New CC, no problem, says, hey, we can do that, and we have a Sylve. Although, I mean, looks like, I mean, we're probably just trading 1-for-1 here. I mean, Malty, I don't think you want to... Oh, we do have 10s online for both teams, and we have the Judgment and Fear being used. And the Silence from Savage. We did see Judgment, as we already saw in Tomb. Willing Arrow. Stay a while and listen, and Horrify, as we saw. Or as Malta got to experience, we do have Warlord's Challenge, Last Rites, Pyroblast, Reign of Vengeance, and Divine Reckoning. If you're Randy Newman, you know they use 3 ults. 3 pretty lengthy ults. You could have maybe pressed that fight, or are they trying to get 13 or something? Looks like they're trying to get position. Already 16, 17 to 1. Garrosh was trying to get the angle, but couldn't get there. We do have the Tonko out. Flip on the... Oh, and the spread. What was that? Was that the Goldan? Whiteman able... Oh, of course, that Whiteman. I was like, they're all dead, except Whiteman happened. We do have some of the... We do see the Entomb, but it doesn't really do anything when he's trying to run at you. We do have the flip on the... Leo and the Tyria do go down, and... yeah, I was about to say like 3 of the members of Randy Newman are dead, but you know, white men did white mean things. I mean, oh, but they were able still. Okay, I was like, okay, they're gonna lose that. Oh, Maltail was trying to get something, but goes down. But they won the battle, I guess, but lost the war for the second Punisher. So good job on the part of No CC, no problem, able to secure that second Punisher. We do have the Judgment on the Gary. Gary goes down. And Whitemane, although the Punisher was kind of nerfed, you don't want to get caught under its little jump stun. Usually leads to a death, especially if you're by yourself. Even out a little bit of the structures, although Randy Newman's slightly ahead. We have the top one less than half. It's pretty much gone. Oh, actually, never mind. No CC is actually ahead. I forgot. They have a full health middle. So actually, they're ahead. Then we have both teams just trying to about half a level lead from the side of No CC, no problem. We do have now the Maltail again being caught out. So No CC, no problem, being very opportunistic. As soon as they see that Maltail kind of overstep, they just and the Kel'Thas is in a little bit of trouble. We see Vala 89 stacks a little bit away. While the Sylve doing a good job, able to turn off that tower, and bottom is gone. Oh, Garrosh is trying to. He did do the nice stun, but the follow-up wasn't quite there. We do see nice Willing Arrow with a follow-up. Yeah, well, listen, we do have that little glitch that happens. It's always funny when I see this. Reported for cheating. I always see this happen on Deckard and Lily. I don't know if it's something with their skin, or I see this glitch happen all the time with Lily and Deckard. Oh, we do have the Judgment come out. Nice flip by the Garage, although there was a Entomb to follow up. We have Whitemane being able to use Reckoning, and all the members of No CC going down. We do have the Barbaros does secure the kill on the Sylve, and Gul'dan also goes down. And so what seemed to be a pretty good engage, again, that Whitemane able to kind of sustain that damage. I think the last couple fights, either it wasn't up or there was some sort of Whitemane getting blown up. But every time Whitemane is able to get that value from Divine Reckoning, able to kind of heal that damage. We do have the bottom shrine now up. We're trying to see maybe an engage on that Garage, although that's going to be difficult to do. We do have Leo Wraith walking away for the time being. Garage trying to flip that Leo again, but oh, nice. Oh, ooh. Yeah, that's not the best target. We do have 16 to 1 lead. We do have Judgment and Welling Arrow back up, so they might want to engage here. Oh, I think he was trying to do Judgment there, but got canceled by the Garage. We do have the third. We do have Judgment on the Kel'Thas. Does get immediately blown up. A toss. There you go. The Divine Reckoning in, and there you go. That. Oh, but that this time might not be enough. Of course, when I say, hey, whenever that Whitemane gets that ult out, they always get value. But of course, there's an example of not happening. But nonetheless, they did secure the Punisher. They get top fort, so for the most part, even out the structures. Although no CC, no problem, still a level ahead. So Randy Newman has to really try to close that gap. I imagine that by the time the next objective comes up, no CC, no problem. Likely going to be level 20. So Randy Newman might find themselves in a difficult position of having to give it up. Which against a Sylve, not the funnest position to do. We do have Malthael trying to get some of that soak top. Randy Newman trying to place it. I mean, here I would just say just leave. There's really no. Or toss. Ooh. Yeah. I guess they were just trying to make a play. That doesn't help their cause, though. Yeah, I think it's just needing one more CC. I mean, they've got some value killing even Leo, but Garage being forced to kind of toss Leo or Tyrael. Oh, we have Tyrael. Oh, God. That damage from Gul'dan. And we do see the mere damage. Actually, Tyrael doing quite a bit of damage, but it will go down. They are at level 20, but now without a Tyrael. Imagine the next shrine should be coming up soon. Caster Curse. Of course. We do see Randy Moon being a little bit aggressive. Doesn't get there in time. This is the good old like late game between objectives. This is a good time just to, you know, check in the viewers. How you doing? There you go. It's when you complain that things happen, so I just got to mention it. They're trying to. It's pretty much gone. We do have the fourth, right? Yeah, this is now the fourth. Typically, third or fourth is when you do see Although this is a very favorable one for the side of no CC. They do still have a very healthy mid, so that's quite advantageous for them. I think the challenge for Randy Newman is they don't have a, besides Gary, there isn't really a good way for them to engage, and so whereas on the side of no CC, no problem. I mean, they're being forced to use the toss. Oh, and Gul'dan is just chunking. You see a nice silence. Remember, a silence and 2 is up. If you have 20 and 20s, if you have the Judgment, Vala does go down. So does Maltail and Gary and Vala. We did see the upgraded Judgment. Angel of Justice buried alive. Perfect Gems and Demonic Circle. We did see a Titanic Might. I think they got it just in the middle of the fight, so it was a little bit late. I wasn't able to kind of catch it, but the Final Curtain. I'm surprised the Final Curtain came out. Flamethrower, Perfect Quiver, and Judgment Day. So this doesn't look like where we have Sylvanas pushing mid, and oh, yeah, I was gonna say that Judgment's super short. Yeah. And I imagine this might be it for game number 1. Yep. So we do have game number 1 going for the side of no CC, no problem. GG. That would help. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have it in full screen, but a very strong showing. So as I mentioned earlier, we have no CC, no problem with quite a bit of new players, at least to NGS, I should say, with a little bit more of a veteran team from the side of Randy Newman, but didn't look like it. Very much when it came to the team fights and such. Good job on the part of No CC, no problem. Take a look at the stats real quickly. Gul'dan did quite a bit of damage, and of course Tyrael. Tyrael was a menace about 8 months ago. I mean, I'll admit I was a Tyrael abuser when it was kind of broken. Got a little bit nerfed, fell out a little bit, but still very strong in the right situation. Especially if there's nothing that can really stop, or a Tyrael. So actually was the second highest damage for no CC, no problem. And if Maltail and Kalthas did a good job, but overall, it's just the blow up. That's a little bit too much. Looking at healing, Deckard actually did a pretty good job of out healing a Whitemane. Although Whitemane did a pretty good job. Some good engages where that value of Divine Reckoning did show up. And obviously Leo, we didn't see much except when just to show up and do an entomb, and then we go back to soaking before we get to the next match. I believe you would look at the challenge real quickly. Let me update my score screen. Actually, I'm going to get some water real quickly. Switch over to the map select. And I'll be right back. All right, it looks like we do have a lobby set up. We'll be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Typically, I would try to give you some stats from last season, and it looks like, oh, but it looks like we're going to go straight into it. I'm with that. So we'll get started with game number 2, going to Tomb. Moving over to our draft lobby. Tomb was selected by Newman, just like game number 1. I was interested in looking at the different stats as far as like who's more likely to win based on first pick or map pick, and I think historically it's always like first pick, just because you get to choose your particular prio, etc., and so on. I think there was a season where map pick was a little bit stronger, but not surprisingly, we see the Tyrael ban and the Kira ban. Tyrael did a really good job last match, obviously. Second highest damage as far as for no CC, no problem. The Kira. And Alarak. So it looks like they did a little bit of scouting. One of the Randys and Andy is Alarak player. Imagine probably gonna ban out a Yrel. Okay. They did a little bit of scouting as well. So with that, we do have first pick on the side, and instantly snatches that Sylvanas. Again, this is another really good map for Sylvanas when it comes to being able to push with the objective. Now the next 2 picks for Randy Newman.
Vanquish the weak.
You have Jaina and Johanna. Jaina, probably the best mage, as I argue with many people. And Johanna, obviously always very strong. Now we do have the Vala and the Yorick. I think with the combo of the Judgment from Tyrael and the Leo, they got pretty good value with that. That Gul'dan also did quite a bit of damage. Just, I'm wondering, or curious if they probably say, oh, actually they're not gonna have a Gul'dan now because they have a Sylvanas and a Vala. So they'll ban out the Anub. Okay. Anub's a pretty good ban against Johanna. Now, Yada, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the season 22 of NGS Division B West. And Amayev. I know the Randy's feeling a Genji. This is very Genji. Maybe I'm wrong. Tyrande, okay.
The voice of Elune.
Imperius, okay. I'm not a big fan of the... I guess with Johanna makes up for the lack of wave clear that Imperius has, but... Yeah, we get it. Stun CC chain. Varian. I personally want to say, like, if you have a Stitches player, maybe this is, you know... Personally, if I was Varian, I'd be like, that's kind of rough. Lucio, okay. Lucio helps with the mobility issues that Varian has. See, the last pick for the side of Randy Newman. Genji. 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 I mean, this is a butcher, okay, with the teddy bears butcher. Okay, very spicy pick. I like it. Although all CC into Leo and Sylvanas could be depending on ult to go. These are one of those drafts where it's like it goes really well or it just goes really bad, and so we'll see how. I'm excited to see how that goes. But with that, we'll see you in game number 2 in Tomb of the Spider Queen. All right, welcome back. Game number 2. New CC. We have nice on the Vala, Salt on the Lucio. Should be playing the variant carriage on the Leo again, and Hung Trollo on the Sylvanas on the side of Randy Newman. Randy Newman on the Johanna. Randall Newman on the Butcher. Randy Newtman on the Jaina. Randy Newman on the Tyrande. And Nandi Ruman on the Imperius. There, I did it. We have our usual mid-game, or middle lane handshake. I had a conversation about this like many times. It's kind of like, why do we go to the middle lane and just like skirmish? I guess there's nothing better to do, but we have the Imperius realizing no one was around or the rotation was called out. We'd have Butcher roaming with the 4-man, which makes sense. Want to try and get some picks, although they're gonna give up that bottom siege camp. We do have again auto attack, but Bala this time on the side of no CC, no problem. Oh, and we have someone who left. I imagine they're gonna pause. There we go. You have one of the Randys. His computer imploded, I think. Oh no. His computer imploded, I think. He was probably just mad you took the camp. Oh, yeah. I mean, rage quitting very much. Okay, so it looks like it might be a bit of a pause, so I'll take a little break and actually what I'm doing during these breaks is scarfing down my dinner, so I'm okay with these breaks right now. So we'll wait until we'll see until the player is able to connect right back. All right. Looks like they're about or should be connecting. But perfect length, at least for myself selfishly, I was able to finish my dinner. So works out. Although I think it was not this patch, the last patch before this new one. Something happened, at least even for myself, I knew others that had many issues with just random like DCs. And the best for me is when it happens when I was playing Storm League. Because then I would disconnect in the middle of the match. And by the time I connected again, the match was over. And I would get 8 levers. And I don't get levers. If you know me, I don't get levers. They just don't happen. So, happened a few times last season. And every time they update something, something else breaks. But hopefully, one of the I think it's Randall Newman. Yeah, it's Randall Newman that DC'd. For those of you who are joining us, we're in game number 2 of this B-West matchup, NGS Season 22, between No CC No Problem and Randy Newman. Game number 1, No CC was able to have a pretty dominant showing, able to secure game number 1. We were just starting game number 2 in Tomb of the Spider Queen, and then we had a little disconnect, so we're just waiting for the player to get back. Oh no. That's gonna be unfortunate. Looks like they got that glitch. Well, not glitch, just had that issue. I guess like they're not able to reconnect. Yeah. I think it's if Hoku one of are you here, Hoku? Okay, it looks like we're gonna remake. It was only 1 minute in. I guess technically if No CC No Problem wanted to, so let me double check. So it looks like we're gonna remake the lobby, just draft without drafting. Just restart the match. At least it happened early. Would have happened later, that would have been annoying. Let me check what they're doing. Looks like they are gonna restart, but better double check. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we're gonna restart the lobby. Okay. But I don't want to leave the lobby until they... Okay, yeah. Everybody's leaving. Okay, so we're restarting. Yep, early season, right? First game of the season. I had a little bit of issues with my mic and such. People are disconnecting. So not surprising. Because technically they could have just taken the forfeit, but they want to play, so I'm all for it. That's a caster curse, right? And welcome, those of you who are joining us. Yeah, very... I mean, it was only within a minute, but yeah, they could have just taken the forfeit and moved on. But that's no fun, right? Especially B West. B West only has... B West is only 6 teams? Right. 6 teams, so this is going to be a round robin, double round robin. So each team's going to play each other twice. So it's... They're going to see... They're going to see each other again, so... For those of you that are just joining us from the last match, welcome. We were in game number 2. We had a little bit of a freeze, and then we're starting game number 2. Ah, and we went straight. Hear me talking about everything. We had game number 1 go to the side of No CC, no problem, and Infernal Shrines, and game number 2 being map pick by Randy Newman, Tomb in the Spider Queen, and then we had to restart the lobby, so we joined just in time for the rest of the action. So let me get in order. We're doing it. Oh, I guess we're doing a little quick draft. A replay of the draft. A little bit of background for those who just joined. Noise did a pretty good job on that Tyrael, therefore led to a ban.
Victory for the Forsaken.
The crusade calls.
Now we get to do a speed redraft. Sylvanas, Johanna, Jaina.
Vanquish the weak.
Hopefully my audio. Oh, I moved my mic away because I was eating. I don't want you to listen to me chew, but now I have to move it back so you can hear me talk. Hydrate. I do a lot of talking for what I do, and NGS casting is always a really good warm-up to get the ball rolling on.
I heed the voice of a
This is the first cast since the B West playoffs, I believe. Yeah,
We will forge
it's been a couple months.
destiny.
As I did say before, they like that spicy butcher pick. Really good portrait symmetry by both teams. That's what matters. That's half the match. It's just that symmetry. Oh, maybe I have to switch from my draft screen to my. There you go. Guess I'll announce them all again. We have Nice on the Vala on the side of No CC No Problem, Carriage on the Leo, Hong Tolo on the Sylvanas, Chevy on the Varian, and I believe that's it, right?
Begins in 10 seconds.
On the side of Randy Newman. You maybe do it all. I'll do it all over again. We have to start. I'm fine with it. We have Nandy Ruman on the Imperious, Randy Newman on the Tyrael, Randy Newtman on the Blaze. The Blaze, that's Jaina. Randall Newman on the Butcher, and the OG Randy Newman on Johanna. They made sure to replay on the first, before the replay, the reset. They got hit by the owl, so they're trying to replay everything as far as getting hit by the owl and everything. Although they're not. Okay. This is what happened. Red team went up. Blue team went bot. They'll take bottom camp. It was about a minute in. There we go. And we're right back to right before the DC. So very nice on the part of No CC. No problem letting that replay. We want to watch some matches. We do have both teams moving over to get both of the respective bruiser camps. I will say, I guess wave clear will be kind of even. Maybe slightly. Well, I guess with the Leo and Sylvanas and. I mean, Jaina is pretty good. It's pretty even then, I guess.
Such a feeble mind.
We do have again Feet of the Hunter for the Vala, so we're going auto attack. Owl build on that Ronda. Butcher going in. Oh, that's. I was gonna say that high five is gonna be quite a good value later. We have Varian trying to go in. Although, oh, Varian is a real tank. I was gonna say not a real tank, but is a real tank. Obviously took taunt. Unfortunately, never twin blades. Never wind blades. I'm not a big fan of the Imperius kind of down here. Lane against a Leo. You see Jaina trying to sneak into gems. Ooh, and Tyrande a little bit caught over play as we do have the taunt. And Tyrande, oh, I was gonna say, survives for the moment, but nope, does go down. A little kind of out of position from that Tyrande being kind of right here. Not a good spot. If I were Tyrande, I wouldn't have been here. Alright. You have Johanna getting a little bit low. I was gonna say, hope you're. Oh, that taunt. Oh, yeah. Ooh, whoever gets taunted. Yep. So far, no CC, no problem. Untrue to their name. With a Varian, they have plenty of CC. Place to blow up.
Hear the band.
Very low target. Oh, Butcher wanted to go. We do have the first blue Web Weavers going to the side of no CC, no problem, and then we'll see how they do. We do have Sylvanas really trying to get some value top. Randy Newman rotating to defend, and there we go. I do like seeing that. I do like the defense top. I don't like the not defending mid. Not a fan of that. I mean, bottom's gone. Is it? Yeah, it's gone. We're able to save top and mid, and I'm completely fine with that. If you're gonna lose a fort, not ideal. You never want to lose any forts, but losing bottom is a little bit better than losing mid and or top. It's a very good value, just about 3/4 of a level lead for no CC, no problem. This time we do see Sylph going full dagger, at least for the first two. Okay, stable. Ooh. Butcher. 82, okay. 27 gems. Oh. Able to get those in. They only need 3 more. And Randy, the only one that's, well, Joe. Very smart play. Both teams right away get to their respective user camps again. Baron trying to ward and see if he can deny a turn in. Leo. Ooh, that's a nice block. Looks like Leo was trying to stop that turn in with this spooky hand, but you're able to intercept it. Or maybe just accidentally did so. We have the first web weavers for the side of Randy Newman. Both teams are 10. We do have Rain of Vengeance, Entomb, Welly Narrow, high 5 as predicted, and Shield Wall. Okay. Nice. On the side of Randy Newman, we have Blessed Shield, Starfall, Lamb to the Slaughter, Ring of Frost, and Wrath of Garrus. We do see Tyrande use Entomb. Oh, Tyrande went down. We do see Ring of Frost. We do give 4 members on the side of no CC, no problem, but the Tyrande does go down, and now the Johanna, oh, did get their trade just in time. 2 members of Randy Newman able to get away, but that was a nice Ring of Frost. It's just maybe not enough follow-up, at least for the time being. We do have almost enough for the second turn in. Ooh, that Lucio. Ooh. Nice silence. Jaina does go down. Johanna able to pick up the gems. Leo's coming for the Entomb. Yep. Do you have your... Oh, you don't. But Tyrande able to sustain, at least for the time being. But now Tyrande goes down. Tyrande's just been in kind of bad spots. Like right here. With level 13's looming for the side of no CC, no problem. Ooh, all the chunking that Joe. We have Jaina back. I think the butcher was last, yeah. Maybe if they had like a Zarya or something to enable that butcher a little bit more. Butcher with 116. Ball at 2 stacks. We do see no CC run to the top with that Sylvanas able to take down that top fort.
Such a feeble mind.
And now Randy Newman's gonna have to make a decision. Do we want to clear mid? And no, they're gonna make sure they Oh, and Tomb. We have Land Slaughter. Nice silence follow-up. Not much. It's kind of like a stand up as far as ult. Lots of R's were pressed, but no one died. Mid's gonna be going down. I haven't seen Imperius use his ult yet. Or I haven't noticed. He knows he's seen no problem. Right away, go to that bottom siege camp. They've done a really good job of kind of getting all their camps. Oh, I wanted to stick around to see if that owl intercepted, and it did indeed. Stop the back from Sylvanas. We do have Randy Newman with turn, but I mean, they could have. Oh, it's mostly Johanna. They had a chance to do it, but now they kind of have to. I mean, they're gonna have to worry. I mean, not worry, hurry, because level 16 is gonna come online. That's gonna make it very difficult. So they're gonna have to try to do something, but you also don't want to fight under this bruiser camp and then get entombed right here. You're gonna see probably Entombed, Silence. Yep, there goes Entombed. Silence, okay, Butcher goes in. We do have the Silence follow up. Ring of Frost does get some of the members, but we do see Butcher go down. Oh, we do see the Varian go down, and nice kind of, oh no. Savannah goes in and gets a double kill, triple kill, and then the Tyrande. We do. With that, it looks like they're going to be able to take this. Oh, Leo. Do it, Leo. Well, you can't really get trait value if none of the other opposing team is alive, right? So, good play on the part of Leo. And that hurt for the side of Randy Newman. That was 70 gems. And so that's one of those kind of real rough kind of spots to be in when you had a turn in and you lose your turn in, and then now you're kind of swimming upstream. You know, swimming against the current, you know. Put down a talent. We do see Manticore, Mythor Maze, MCQ build, Rejuvenescencia. I think I butchered that. Banner of Iron Forge. But again, if you are Randy Newman, you don't want to force. Oh, we do have the Entomb. Jane has been getting some pretty good Ring of Frost. It's just like the follow-up is not quite there. Ooh, there's Butcher getting taunted. Tyrande able to use Starfall to get some healing output, but Jaina stepping up a little bit too far, does go down. The boss is still alive, does go down, but the members of Randy Newman just probably have to back up. Tyrande again a little bit ahead. Butcher going in, and Butcher will go down. And 4 members, Tyrande trying to stay alive, but looks like Varian will back up, but with 2 keeps down, you have a Sylvanas and a Vala on 4. Not much a Tyrande can do there. And it looks like it'll be game number 2 in the series. GG's. In the OCC. No problem. All right. Another very good showing from No CC No Problem. Let's see if I can get one of them to do a interview. Jump into a lobby. Okay, message. Cap'n. So again, very strong showing. Sylvanas and Vala did quite a bit of work. Sylvana really did a lot of damage there. Healing. Toronto was not quite able to keep up with that damage output. Lucio did just fine there. We do see our XP from Leo and Sylvanas. Not surprisingly, Sylvanas is still really strong. There are the talents there for you. And we have Noise
Hey, what's up, man?
joining us. Let me double check before. Let me hold up. I broke one of the settings one time where whoever was talking couldn't be heard. So let's see. Can you just speak again?
Hey, it's Noise.
There you go.
Fortnite.
Well, hopefully. Actually, I think if I change to my in-game, it should work. Just fine. Let's just do that. And so again, congrats, game on your win, your 2-0 domination. How are you guys feeling?
You know, it wasn't domination. It was honestly a culmination of so much practice and so much hours together. We put a lot of effort into this one.
Nice. So I imagine everybody's really excited.
Oh yeah. You know, we had it's like a few first timers here. We got
Mhm.
Carriage and Hung Solo and Chevy. So they're very excited to play. So I'm just glad that, we're able to coordinate some plays and win the games.
Yeah, so let's go real quickly to that game number one. So obviously, very first match. Many of you first time playing in organized. Is this like the first time they've played in organized at all, like for HOTS or?
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay, so how was the room feeling right before your first match?
We were very nervous because we didn't know how good we were. But we definitely dominated now I think about it. First game was I was lucky to pick Tyrell and go for their back line.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, that's all I thought about. And everyone else just kind of followed. I'm tanking.
I mean that's what you should do if your Tyrael goes in. I played Tyrael quite a bit too, and it's always sad when you go
Yeah,
in and no one follows, right?
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, yeah. That's why I don't go Saint anymore. I used to be a Saint only player. But then now I do
Well,
Judgment.
the thing is, when you play Synced, this is Storm League. When you play Synced, as soon as you use Synced, people like think it's like lava and they leave. So, yeah,
Yeah. No one stays in.
no one
I
stays in
don't
the
trust my
Synced.
team.
Yeah, they see
I don't trust them
invulnerable.
anymore.
They see invulnerable over their names, and they're like, "Hey,
Mhm.
I don't want to be invulnerable."
I don't want words on top of my name
Yeah,
in the game.
vulnerable is bad. I want to be strong.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I mean, I think you got like the second highest damage on your team. So obviously, Tyrion's not as broken as it used to be, but obviously, still very strong. And so we saw, was it a Kira band, and then we saw something else. But it was you did you do a little bit of scouting before your matchup?
I think that's one of the preparations we did is to know our opponent, but turns out that they play all these heroes, so it didn't lead anywhere. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Randy
we want this.
Newman. Randy
Yeah,
Newman is they're very diverse.
they play everything, so
Yeah,
there's no way we can figure it out. So we just banned like the meta heroes right now. Everyone's playing Kira and does a lot
yeah,
of damage.
makes
I
sense.
can't do anything about it. So
And so that first matchup was very strong. I think it was like 16 to like 5 or something as far as the kill count. And so very good job on the engages and very true. You didn't have much CC, but neither did they. So that's well besides Garrosh, but for Tyrael that's like green light to just go in, right? And so you're able to kind of control the match and get game number one. Obviously, we got to game number two, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and then we had a little bit of a flip of roles. And so you were playing Tyrael, now you moved over to Vala, and so we had a few others kind of stay similar roles and then swapped as far as like tank and such. Is that kind of what you had planned, right? As far as like, hey, if this is available, if not available, also you don't have to disclose information of just
No,
asking questions.
no, I'll just let you know that we have to be flexible.
Yeah,
The one thing I like to say is our team is pretty damn flexible. We're like a big old rubber band, and we could just adjust um, to each team. But of course, we have to make adjustments. But I think it was more focused on adjustments in the game.
yeah.
Once we figure out who our damage dealers are and our tank situation, we just kind of calibrate with the enemy team.
Yeah, and obviously we had a little hiccup, and so obviously I think everybody was saying that it was very nice of you to kind of let them restart the lobby and actually get to watch a game, right? That's always great.
Yeah, I was seriously contemplating just trying to force them to forfeit because easy win, right? But then the conscience in me came in, and it's probably a good idea to replay it and play honorably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's within. That's why we have the rules, right? And never. I
Oh,
always,
it
I always, I,
hurt.
I always tell people, don't feel bad about applying the rules because that's why they're there. But still very nice.
I felt bad. I felt
But I
bad.
bet you feel better about actually getting a domination because you won, right? Not because of a forfeit. So I think it ended
It
up
didn't matter.
the
It didn't
ball
matter about the mirror.
ball
Yeah,
doesn't lie, right?
yeah.
And so it worked out.
But it was. Yeah, we did. It definitely worked out. I think we had who we had? Sylvanas, Bala, pretty good. And once we got Baron to level 4, we just kill anything that we target.
Yeah, and so
But
not. I was saying that during the match, not true to your name. That no CC, no problem, and you had plenty of CC. So
yeah, it's a
you
debate. We're just
yeah.
debating them.
And so, yeah, again, very strong as you can see in the scoreboard, 15-2. And so, so when you saw that kind of like the Imperious and then the Butcher, that could potentially be pretty scary. Your team is kind of squishy, right? So, how are you approaching the kind of hey, how do we kind of deal with the Imperious, Butcher? Because that can be pretty scary, especially with the Jaina.
I've noticed something. It's too much CC syndrome. I think when you focus on CC too much, you don't play the map. You focus on kills versus playing the objectives, which is an integral part of the ways to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So they focus a lot on killing, so we stay away from them. Focus on turn-ins, playing, siege camps, getting camps constantly to put lane pressure, so they have to respond to it. Probably catch a few, who are not in position in rotations in a small map like that. So we have to calibrate them. We're scared, but the best way is if we're scared, we stay away and find other ways of chipping at a win.
Yeah, and so overall, you did a very good job. There was a pretty pivotal fight. I think it was about mid lane. They had 70 gems, and you were about to hit level 16, I believe. So they kind of had to like force a fight because at that point they don't get 16. It's gonna be really hard. And
Yeah.
initially, it looked like they had a pretty decent engage, and so, but you were able to turn around and able to kind of delete 70 gems from them, and so um, how did you feel after that particular moment? Like, hey, we have momentum, and then we're good, or did you kind of feel like you still had to make sure finish?
You know, I think, a lot of these games come down to your mid-team fights, especially, post 13. And it's kind of a coin flip, maybe heavily favored to whoever has, some luck on their side. So we want that coin flip. So we just play the map again, eliminate risk of, a counter push on our forts, um, and just focus on pushing down lane.
Yeah, and so I mean, obviously, we're able to turn that into a get a a boss. You got a couple kills. It seemed very close. There was some engages where it seemed like they were about to kind of wipe you, and it just kind of turned, and you were able to kind of wipe them. And so obviously we were able to get a few kills at the top, and then at that point kind of secure your second um, core
Yeah,
in victory.
I realized that during those fights, you have like health bars that fall low, so you definitely need a healer. And I think Thea did a damn good job healing us squishies in the back line. I think Hunk Solo died once. Um,
Yeah.
I think it was because they have so much CC. Statistically, one of us is gonna die in that game when they just throw all their CCs on us. But we have counter kills, and I think the healing was great and the perfectly timed taunts by Chevy. And another thing is Carriage kept us in the game by soaking the lanes that we're not in
Yeah. I mean,
constantly.
but besides that, that's all the questions I have. But I'll leave it up to you if you
You're
have
right.
any shout outs or anything you would like to close off our cast with.
Uh, thanks for the opportunity. We had a lot of fun. Next week, I think we're playing Hoku's team at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. So looking forward to that one.
Nice. And so, with that, if you have nothing else, again, good luck with the rest of your season. And I mean, I'll be trying to cast some more matches, so maybe I'll catch you later on the season. But otherwise, congrats on your
Yeah.
domination, and good luck with the rest of the season.
All right, thanks. Hey, we should Storm League sometime though.
Yeah, we'll do it at some time. All right.
Yeah, alrighty. Hey,
Uh,
thanks, man.
All right.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good one. All right. Have a good one. Okay, and so with that, close off our cast for this evening. It doesn't look like we have any other matches. That was the last one I got, and so I'll be passing, trying to see if there's anybody else on who is NGS related. I think there's a couple people screaming, so I'll just pass you on. It looks like Howling Light, Projective Shakaras. Pass you on to them if you still want to watch some NGS or Scrim action. And so, thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Dark Knight, and thank you for watching this NGS Division B matchup between No CC No Problem with their 2-0 victory over Randy Newman. And so, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time in the Nexus. Have a good one.